prayed this evening with cowboy poetry. It's been so good, and soon you'll find why my wife insists I keep my day job. You might be familiar with the Trails End Plaza. It's a commemoration to the pioneers, the homesteaders, the cattlemen, the railroaders that came to build a better life, and for those generations, and we are those future generations. So this is a Trails End Roundup. A new State Fair Plaza is coming. It's coming just round the bend. The cattle drive and that steamer train, we'll call it Trails End. Cedaya was called Queen of the Prairie back in 1866. They brought their herds to Seddville. They found cheap whiskey and some tricks. George Smith saw that train a-comin'. It was here he'd make his play. 80 years later, we're Traintown, USA. Yes, we were a Queen of the Prairie back in 1866. Those railroaders and cowboys came looking for grins and kicks. Gil Favor, Rowdy, and Wishbone started up the shiny trail. 8 TV seasons later, they rode in to meet the rail. Yes, we were a Queen of the Prairie. Of all the cow towns, we're the first, where the railhead met the drovers to kill an urge and quench a thirst. Lightning, floods, snakes, and rustlers, then no drop of water in sight. Stampedes, anthrax, Texas fever, drove hard all day and half the night. 3,000 head of bone and muscle, just 15 men to pave the way. The boss, cook, scout, and wranglers made 12 hard, dusty miles a day. Yes, we were a Queen of the Prairie. The times were hard, men were tough. The cattle cruised the Sedalia Trail, and those that arrived had the right stuff. When driving north up to Missouri with each and every longhorn beast, the cattle cars were locked and loaded off to Chicago and back east. Those dogies trampled down Ohio, and that is history's honest word. With the cattle settled in the stockyards, they'd revel bringing in the herd. Yep, we were a Queen of the Prairie. The Iron Horse and the Mustangs met. The Civil War was recent history, a struggle hard not to forget. Abe Lincoln pushed that U.S. railroad, and most always knew what was best. He glued this country back together from north and south to east and west. So we celebrate those before us. Troubled times put men to test. They helped settle the great expansion. They were the spirit of the West. So we're still Queen of the Prairie, and that is the message we will send, built right here on Missouri Fairgrounds, our Western heritage, Trails End. We're grateful for our Midwest living and the blessings that it sends. So raise a toast to our treasured history, and hats off to our Trails End friends. Now, cowboys have time to ride in the saddle and solve many of life's important philosophical questions. But one thing they have never settled is about women. Now, women, on the other hand, they talk amongst themselves, and they have rules of what to look for in men, and they've come up with certain rules that they pass along to others. And rule number one, it's important to have a man who helps at home and cooks a little bit and maybe cleans up a little bit and has a job. Second most important rule, it's important to have a man who makes you laugh and has a bit of a sense of humor. Third most important rule, it's important to have a man you can trust. Rule number 4, it's important to have a man who likes to be with you and is reasonably good in bed. And rule number 5, the most important rule, is that these 4 men should not know each other. And so thank you very much.